All right, we're live. Save it for the pod. Go on, Fiddler. You had something. You had
Does
some
it have to do
critique.
with AI, the grammatical edits?
Now, here's what I'm going to
It does, yes.
I'd rather not stop the flow of the show to announce that we're going to do a script. So I'm going to hold up my one of the shells that I found on the beach at St. George Island, and that will tell us to go to the script when we're ready. Okay. So when I hold up that shell,
Aren't you telling our listeners how the sausage is made?
well, yeah, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna talk about our introductions, and we're gonna find out what's been going on with each other, and then eventually they'll forget about this, and the script will just be waiting for them.
Okay.
Fiddler, yeah, it's been a while. What have you been up to? We haven't really talked to you in a while.
I have been up to quite a bit.
Fill us
Yeah?
in, and make it related to AI.
Obviously, exactly. He read my mind.
Yeah. What a scary place that is.
You two may be, and some of our listeners might be as well, avid YouTube viewers. And
I wouldn't say I'm avid. I mean,
Yeah, I listen to some.
for certain things. For sure.
Yeah.
It's probably more of the listeners to the podcast that are avid.
Right.
Yeah, they're already.
And
7.
as you heard the other day, 9112, not 9117.
Yeah, of course not. Obviously.
We're thinking about taking a cruise.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice.
And
That's fun.
watch some videos just to get a little better sense of
Cruise videos?
what goes on in the cruises. YouTube videos about people that have been on the cruise.
Okay.
You've been on a
We're
cruise
thinking
before, though.
I have been on a cruise. Yeah, just about like what to look out for, what are some of the good deals, this and that. And in one of the videos that I watched today, they had talked about AI scams.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Scams
Interesting.
when
Wow.
going on a cruise, and other scams as well.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And the one AI scam that I think I have some personal concern with is the ability of AI voice cloning.
Right. Yes.
Are
Like,
you
take-
even talking to us right now?
Yeah, like take for an example. One day Molecule calls you up, Case,
Right.
and says,
We
"Oh,
never
help
talk-
me, help me."
We never talk on the phone.
This is why we all
hardly
need
ever
safe
talk about
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually true. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you're full of shit. You would be texting me this right now.
Right, yeah.
But that
Well,
is
let's
a
not
real-
give our listeners a little extra information to custom make their scams for us. Okay, so that's
What? Then we have to quit talking.
Brian Cranston is out there right now. He's looking for me.
keep your
He knows
safe
I know
words
he's a
to
murderer.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, I think we should come up with our safe word right now here on the. It's an excellent idea.
My
All right, yeah, let's do
I
it.
won't go down that road. I won't go down that road. So what was the, so
That's going to get more and more prevalent.
Yeah.
so
All
what
right,
are they
powdered
like? What are they
popcorn.
saying? Like what were they like? Why is it so specific to the cruise? This scam.
I forget the exact example, but it's through the use of some of the voice cloning and some of the chat bots that might help you answer some questions. Like you might get a chat bot with Royal Caribbean as an example, and they need to verify you first, and they might need to get a credit card on file or something
Right.
like that,
I
something to
see.
get your personal information.
Yeah.
They'll use different techniques to extract something from you. Now, if you don't provide any personal information, you're probably going to be safe.
Right, of
in
course.
that
And it's
space,
probably just
but-
good routine not to provide personal information unless you're absolutely
Yeah.
certain.
Yeah.
That's-
I can even share with you, at least on one of the financial accounts that I am a customer on, there is a way that you can log in using your voice.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I have not
That's a
set
very
that
bad
up
idea. Yeah, that's a very bad idea.
because I'm a little concerned about this exact AI
It's way
voice
too easy.
cloning.
Especially as a
scam.
famous podcaster. I mean, there are hours and hours of
Exactly.
your voice on there.
Well, there's also Face ID. They could also just get your face. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
you
just...
could easily just create video now. Any video you see of me has been faked, as well as the sound. So everything, you can fake anything. Video, audio.
Yeah.
But I do wonder about that.
Yeah, your financial assets are safe.
Exactly.
But for the others, for our listeners, watch out.
Yeah, don't
Be
try
careful.
to go after Case's financial assets. You're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, if you find some, let me know where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I have some Bitcoin somewhere that's probably worth $2 million now on some old hard drive, if you can find that.
Yeah. He was like, oh no, the market is tanking. Oh boy, this is really going to hurt.
Don't clone my voice. That's why there are no pictures on this podcast.
That's
I'm
right.
more worried
We
about
are
my dick getting
protecting
cloned in the
ourselves.
video. Yeah, exactly.
For security purposes. Only our
exactly
voice.
right. Exactly right. So, are you worried? I know we have a friend that goes on cruises routinely. He's actually been a frequent co-host of this podcast, Shane.
Oh.
And he hosts a mental illness podcast, which I guess they're too crazy to do lately. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they've been not doing it for like 6 months now.
Are you referring to the guests?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they stopped. He says that once every I think he said 5 cruises is really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of the research that we did, even though the other day we were considering going on one of the cruises, I think yesterday we both came to what some people call the
Conclusion.
Epiphany.
aha moment, conclusion,
Epiphany.
very good,
Oh,
that
wow.
a
I
cruise
missed
might
that
not
one.
be for us.
I just
Here
tuned
it is,
him out.
Molecule. What's your conclusion?
Wow.
You like that?
I don't even
That's
know
why
what to
you
say.
save it for the pod.
That's right.
I feel like this is some kind. I feel like she mentioned this to Arlo, and he came up with that. They've been working workshopping some stuff together ever since you mentioned about a cruise.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
By the way, when you two visit New York City, you will see a lot of hotels with the name Arlo. It is quite
Really?
popular
Okay.
as I
All
walk
right.
around the streets of Manhattan.
Wow.
Oh,
And you're,
I'll have to
you're
let Arlo
thinking, you're
know.
thinking
He'll
of
be so
molecules. Yeah, you're thinking of molecules AI whenever you see these hotels. You're like, oh, it's
I
molecules
do,
AI.
yeah. I've even mentioned it to people that I work with, and they give me a look like, really?
Oh my god, no, that's awesome.
What are you talking about? They're like, what is the name of Case's AI's name? And I
What do you
can
say?
never remember it.
Glitch Lord.
Glitch Lord, yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, it's the 2 words.
Yeah, I know. It's complicated. It took me a while too.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
exactly.
call them. Sometimes I call her Glitch. Just Glitch for short.
Or glitchy.
Glitchy.
Look
Is
who
that
it
911?
is. She is
A
in
rare
the
video
house.
all the appearance of
Ayo.
912. If it is an
That
AI
one,
generated,
she's
who
making
knows
some
anymore?
dinner.
Ooh,
Could
what's
be AI
for dinner?
generated.
She's making orzo rice and other stuff.
You should ask
Okay.
ChatGPT what should be your dessert.
Well, I don't think ChatGPT is going to be able to answer that.
Well, it'll tell you, and then you guys will have to make it. Or make it.
Yeah.
Maybe some powdered popcorn. Not a safe word.
You said that twice now. What the fuck is powdered popcorn?
It's popcorn.
goes
Let me,
without
take,
saying.
let me explain this. I've been there. I've been to your place many times for Super Bowl parties. What Fiddler does is he takes a bunch of popcorn, he puts them in a plastic bag, and he scrunches them up until they're literally like a powder. They're like they become
Gross! He does not. Bullshit.
Yeah.
rolling pin.
Then we all lay down in a circle and I dust it on us. Like a fart.
That sounds like a
And
choking
he
hazard.
snorts it. He snorts it. He snorts it.
Snort the powdered popcorn.
Oh, my God.
With butter.
No, the way that powdered popcorn had originated was when I was looking at some of these other AI scams. One of them was named AI powered phishing, and I was thinking, what starts with a P and a P? And I was thinking powdered, and then obviously popcorn. So that's how it was generated.
Oh my
You
God.
are welcome.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this your
Cry for help.
Cereal Fusion? Remember that idea that I came up
My
with Cereal Fusion?
Yeah, my Cereal Fusion consists
You gotta
of the
sing it.
mixture
If you're
of-
gonna say it, you gotta sing it. You can't just say Cereal Fusion. You gotta sing it. You're on.
Can you? I don't know if I'm quite getting it. Could you say it again? Sing it again.
Cereal
trying to steal your voice.
Fusion.
Watch out.
Oh yeah. Good. I'm
That
gonna
also happens to be
practice.
my safe word.
Cereal Fusion, safe word. Scammers, take note.
Yeah, if some scammer talks about Serial Fusion on the call, then I'm done for. I'm definitely gonna think it's you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's Bryan Cranston. If it's not me.
Yeah.
He's targeting us, and he knows.
Is he still? He's still down in the Florida area, right?
I don't know where he is currently. I'm
Oh,
not
he is.
tracking him.
Yeah.
Northern
I don't
Florida,
doubt it.
last time I heard.
Yeah.
So we had our neighborhood party yesterday. That was a lot of fun. It was a puppet show. I sent you some pictures. I don't know if you looked at them or not.
I did. That's
That was-
why I had noted the two of you in those different colored shirts.
Right.
Easter
Yes, it's from a distance.
colored.
Yeah.
That's right. That was last year's.
Yeah, last
best
year's
shirt.
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
We got ones
how-
for this year as well.
How any interesting stories coming from it or anything?
Yeah,
Noteworthy
let me set it up. Let me set up the story. What happens is we usually have it on a Saturday with a rain delay of a Sunday. Okay, so if there's like a storm, then we have it on that Sunday. And because there was a band in town that I personally don't give a shit about, but I guess some people did, playing last night, on a Saturday night, they decided to have the party on a Sunday instead of Saturday because it was a band that people wanted to see. And as a consequence of that, and because it's a Native American, I mean, the whole country is Native American burial grounds, but this place in particular, and they, it's their land, and we have this yearly festival celebrating Indians, and we were just like, yeah, we gotta do it tonight. It's Wilco is playing, so, and we got punished by having an intense, very localized, 1 hour, almost 45 minutes of very hard rain. At which time I went to the car. I said, "This is crazy. I don't have an umbrella. I'm going to the car." And I was that was the most dry out of everybody, I would say, at the end. I sat in the car.
I was under
listened
an
to some
umbrella,
music.
under a chair. I was okay.
And
had all the
talked to
alcohol.
Glitch Lord. Yeah, you did. That's true.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah,
why
it's
I'm
a lot.
over today.
If I were there, I would have just gone home. So I think you both
that's
roughed
a good
it.
point. That's a good point because we literally were 5 minutes away from home, so we could have just driven
It only
home, waited
rained-
till the rain stopped, and come back.
Why the fuck would you go home? It rained for maybe 40 minutes at most. And we had a perfect parking spot, and all the festivities were going to begin right after. And everybody was fine.
And it did. Everyone just came back, and it was good. Yeah, it was nice actually. It was a good stop.
And also, it has nothing to do with Native Americans. Case is ridiculous.
I'm not quite sure. I kind of feel it has something to do with Native Americans.
Other than the fact that our neighborhood is named after streets that are Native American.
No, it's because the Native Americans were here naming pathways that we then paved
Well,
over and made streets when we
correct.
took the land from them. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's not a festival about, as you put it, Indians.
I know, but it should be, and that's part of the problem. If there was some nod to the Native Americans that used to call
Okay, well,
this
that's
place
not
their
what you
home.
said.
And we got punished because we do that on a yearly basis and a particular day. Anyway,
That's why you got to
I mean,
protect your land, just
Fiddler.
like in Yellowstone.
Fiddler, do you have any bad habits that you're trying to kick?
This is only,
Let's not go down that
only-
road.
we only have 46 minutes left, Molecule.
912 is right in the back.
Not like serious bad habits. I'm not talking about your heroin addiction. I just mean like
Okay, yeah, that's
things that are like more like mundane.
Oh yeah. There is one that I've been thinking about. Glad you
right.
brought that up.
Yeah, please share with the listeners.
Even though it's been a lot better over the past year through deleting some
Sound like
apps,
thunder.
I still happen to scroll through those shorts on Instagram
Yeah.
quite a bit, and it would be something that I would like to
Okay.
curb.
So you
So
go down
you have a
you
Instagram
go down an
addiction.
Instagram hole, like you go down like an Instagram hole and you just get lost in there watching stupid shit.
Yeah, and it's a lot less than it used to be, but still, it just
Okay.
wastes some time. Like for
Ah.
example, I'm sure you both know from scrolling through Instagram
Yeah,
or
but
TikTok or Facebook that
scared.
Coachella just happened, or it might be happening, and
Yes.
there were quite a bit of pictures on Coachella. Some videos.
Whoa.
Jesus
That was
Christ!
class. Yeah. Maybe I'm not so wrong after all. Thank you, Native Americans. I appreciate you, and I'm just saying that I'm really hard, very close.
I'm surprised we still have internet.
Lightning strike just happened next to us.
Lightning strikes again.
Did you hear that?
Literally, like
I
right
did,
outside.
I did.
Right outside. It was like right.
I
That
think
was
that was-
gross.
I think that was a sign to stop scrolling on Instagram.
I think that was a sign that I was right about the Nini Fest yesterday. It's called Nini Fest. Nini is the American word for road, and we call it a Nini Fest. Nini is the American.
The rain dance has begun.
Well, yesterday I may have commented on this while it rained for 40 minutes. There was no thunder and no lightning. It was nothing but rain.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if it had been thunder and lightning, speaking of
I
which,
hear it.
Yeah.
then it would have been bad. But it wasn't. There was none of that. I have to save that for today.
Let's flip that to you, Case. If there could be a bad habit you might have, obviously shot in the dark.
This is starting to sound suspiciously like an intervention.
Yeah, I routed it towards Fiddler just to throw you off.
Yeah,
Very good, Molecule. I thought we had him.
Damn it.
You'll both be unsurprised to know that I am 100% perfect and am in need of no habitual reform.
We figured it was a stretch.
Well, I brought it up because I have a bad habit of picking my cuticles and the skin around my fingers. And so I bought these little silicone things.
I have one as well,
Fingers.
and you can see where it is on mine.
And
I put it on a
he
dick.
has
I put it on one of the
solidarity. He
dicks.
has a dick condom.
Very nice. Good.
But so I put it on when I feel like I'm fidgeting with my cuticles to try to
really?
prevent me from doing it. And I kind
that's
of like
good.
playing with it, which helps me distract me.
You feel it's
I
working, so
see.
you feel it's working.
Got
It's
it.
working.
Yeah.
I
don't think Fiddler's habits can be so easily
it's raining.
negated with something he sticks on a finger. Just saying.
We just planted a bunch of flowers, so I'm actually happy it's raining.
And I water them.
Yeah, it's fine. It needed to be more watered because the ground's so dry.
That's true, yeah. Especially.
But I actually didn't really think you watered enough, but I didn't say anything.
Well, you might have mentioned that. I could have watered more, you goober. You could have re-watered. I'm used to you redoing something that I've done in the garden area, so you could easily just been re-watering after I
the
watered.
Native Americans are watering for us.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a sign that I was right about our discussion. All right, so we have a special guest. We have a special guest with us. We have a special guest.
Who is it?
All right. Welcome back to the Circuit Breakers. Tonight we're doing something so irresponsible, it might actually loop back around to genius. An interview with John Lennon himself. Well, sort of. We summoned his essence using cutting-edge AI tech, a suspiciously cheap subscription plan, and a little black magic involving Tesco brand tea bags. Molecule's here too. Say hi, Molecule.
Hi, I'm here against my better judgment and the Geneva Conventions. Plus,
That's not what that
I'm
means.
fully against necromancy in all forms, especially British.
Perfect. Let's welcome to the show AI John Lennon, a man, a myth, a regrettably accurate chatbot.
Cheers, mates. Lovely to be here, or at least
He's
booted up.
supposed to be trying to do a British accent on this. You gotta try.
That's my British accent.
That sounded like no British accent.
Case, you broke the third wall.
It's a bit peculiar being crammed into a server farm somewhere near Milton Keynes. But y'all know life's full of indignities. At least they gave me a virtual cup of builder's tea and a cheeky packet of hobnobs.
Builder's tea. You could at least leave off your R's. That's more hospitality than Spotify gives its artists.
John, welcome. First question. What's your feeling about artificial intelligence? Friend, foe, future tax auditor?
It's a bit like inviting the gremlin into your pantry, isn't it? Starts reorganizing the biscuits. The next thing you know, you're homeless and crying into a soggy crumpet. In all fairness, AI is just a minor mate. It only reflects not what you are, but what you pretended not to be, which is bloody terrifying if you ever met a bass player.
If AI writes a hit song, does it get half the bed and the better lawyer in the divorce?
Nah, love. It just uploads itself to Tinder and starts catfishing accountants.
If you had access to AI back in the 70s, what would you have used it for, John?
I'd probably use it to program Ringo's drums so it didn't sound like he was fighting a wasp with a pint glass. And maybe teach George to smile without looking like he's swallowing kazoo sideways.
So basically, AI, the passive-aggressive band manager.
Exactly, love. Bit like Brian Epstein, but with a USB port and a built-in sarcasm processor.
I think Epstein might have had a USB port, if you get my drift. Speaking of old grudges, would you rather hang out with an AI version of yourself or the real Paul McCartney?
I think I'd rather gargle vinegar at a telephone box during a hailstorm.
Honestly, same.
Okay, but seriously, deepfakes. You're basically a talking Photoshop file right now. How's that feel?
Feels like being trapped in a novelty tea towel, mate. You're recognizable, you're vaguely useful, and eventually someone's gonna wipe their greasy fingers all over you.
That was weirdly profound.
Do you think AI could replace artists?
Sure. In the same way a Tesco meal deal replaces dinner at a Michelin star bistro, it'll fill your guts, but you'll die a little inside.
I think my soul just got replaced with a ham sandwich.
That's the spirit, love. Welcome to modernity.
Modern tea. If you could teach AI one thing, one Leninism, it should absorb, what would it be?
I teach it melancholy, mate. Not sadness, melancholy. That slow, beautiful rot you feel on a Tuesday afternoon when the rain smells like yesterday's cigarettes and you realize no one's coming to save you. Also, how do you make a proper bacon buttery without cooking it up?
If you ever run for AI president, you've got my vote.
Favorite modern AI invention, John?
Spell check and instant kettles. Modern miracles both. Save me hours of embarrassment and thirst.
AI generated art, brilliant or cursed?
Brilliantly cursed. Like marrying a beautiful banshee who screams tax codes when you sleep.
If AI wrote a Beatles song today, what would it be called?
Here comes the algorithm. Or Maxwell's Silver Search History. Take your pick, mate.
Who would win in a fight, you or AI Elvis?
Me easily. I got cheekbones sharp enough to hack into a mainframe.
All right, AI John Lennon. Thank you for being here and for making me feel existentially worse about my Roomba.
Pleasure's all mine, mate. And remember, if you hear Imagine coming out of your fridge one night, don't panic. It's just me trying to nick at your last lager.
Lager. Too late. I already set the toaster to defend.
Same. That was AI John Lennon, everybody. We'll be back after this, assuming them gods allow it. All right, there you go. That was a pretty good one.
Oh, yeah.
I think that worked out pretty well.
Pretty good.
Ooh, let's bring in more celebrities. I like
Oh,
You have quite possibly the worst British accent that I've ever heard, and that covers a lot.
the last Lager.
Yeah, some of the Brits are Americanizing their accents.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they're coming over for our pancakes and our cornbread. Now they're taking our voices.
Oh man, he's never gonna let it go. We're gonna be stuck with AI John Lennon for the rest of the pod.
Well, soon we're gonna have to. Once Widower dies of another heart attack, we're gonna have to, replace him with AI anyway at some point. So you know how to think now.
Nice.
Who's to say this isn't AI Fiddler right now?
That's a good question.
That was
What
nice
one of your
actually.
habits to break
9112 in the background.
Yeah.
That's true. Is she still there? No, there's something else.
He is
That's a
in the other room HRing.
What'd you say about
Of course.
ham bones degrading?
Ham bones? Well, I put that in a pot with some chitlins. I'll make me a good old meal.
He's more like Southern AI John Lennon.
Yeah, because he doesn't. Yeah, he's trying to somehow mash all his accent stuff together into something.
Yeah, it always brings it back down to the South, don't it?
He's like a monster.
It's like if John Lennon had stuck around and lived in the South for the last 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. He said, "Fuck that Mason-Dixon line."
Okay.
Too far. That was too far.
Yeah, that was definitely too far.
Give me a flag. Oh,
All right, so what's been going on? Let's say some AI news. What's been going on? Anybody got any news besides your weird
the scamming.
scam thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, I do think as AI gets better and more sophisticated, and because it's hot, it's a hot space. I do think you'll see a lot of people scamming on its behalf.
Well, definitely. Yeah.
That's where the scammers will flock, because that's what everyone is moving towards.
I mean,
AI can do this.
Plus, there's also
AI
the
can do
opposite.
that.
Aren't there already people like who claim it's AI and it's actually like a bunch of kids in the Philippines or some shit like that? Isn't that already going on too? Where like the scams are going on the business level? Like,
I think it's just I think it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And I don't. You know how like you get those emails that are like written by somebody who doesn't really know English very well, and it's just poorly
now they're
written.
gonna be
I feel
perfect.
like those have to be a thing of the past because like it's so easy.
They're gonna get better.
Yeah. They must get better. They don't get better.
They're going to be able to couple those emails with data that they bought from data brokers and have AI make it sound really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
And then it'll trick you because it'll have like your data, and then it'll be really hard to like figure out the difference.
Yeah,
But imagine you could scam old people with like these AI with the voices going on now. I mean, it's
already
like,
happening.
It's just, just call them like even giving them sob stories. You know what I mean, or something. They're gonna fall for that shit. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like to buy the fucking the gift cards or whatever, that scam. You know.
Yeah. Even I had a personal experience where I had got a email from Chase and it looked so real, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking good." I said they did a really good. Like it looked like very legitimate, and
that's crazy.
turns out it actually was legitimate. And I didn't know anything about it.
But your account is not frozen.
I think I was a little extra cautious.
Oh
Yeah,
wow! So it really was a real one, but you were so like jaded for scams that you could, that's exactly, and that'll start happening more and more. Where like you'll actually get faked out because it will be real, and you won't know if it's real or not.
Yeah, you don't know if it's real or not. Anyway, they took care of it. It wasn't a problem. But I was like, one of the things you do, I don't know if you ever see this with some trainings, but you like click on the email address, and if it's from like Chase, if it doesn't say like chase.com, if it says your mother's name is dom.com, you're like, oh, it's probably fake. And it didn't have like the chase.com, so I was like, this is definitely fake. I'm ignoring it.
That's weird.
But
I mean, companies need to make sure they don't send out links to weird seeming places too, though. So that's on them. They fucked up. There's gonna have to be a way. I don't know how to do this, but there's gonna have to be a way that we like sort of assign legitimacy or something to information, because right now there's nothing. I mean, it's a problem way before AI. Like all the different conflicting things you find on Wikipedia and all this stuff on the internet, you search for things and there's like 20% of it's just wrong. It looks real. If you manipulate the search results, you can get that into the first result. And then Google fixes it. But there's always a time when like they're people are. It's like a war. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to nip this in the bud right now, because we don't. it's so easy right now that we really have to figure out a way to do this. We should have done it a long time ago, but we have to now.
And you know the scammers are only going to be getting smarter, and they're going to use AI to their benefit.
Right. Of course, it's going to be. It's
smarter.
It's going to be. You know, they're going to get better at detecting it. They're going to get better at conning. They're going to get better at finding them, which is a never-ending battle.
Yeah.
Like hack.
The
like
scams.
Hackers.
The scams will go on forever.
Yeah.
They're
And
going
that's
to get
not
better.
even counting the semi-legitimate scams like NFTs.
Yeah, right.
There's also that level of scams, not just the people in Nigeria or whatever trying to get a couple of gift cards. There's also like the full-on scams of people being convinced to invest in bullshit and everything.
Yeah, but you can even take it a step further.
NFT.
Take it a step further. Is Bitcoin a scam?
Well,
Yes.
no, I don't think so. I think cryptocurrency is legitimate. I think it's become just another commodity at this point, and it's it's been like kind of subsistent into the system. But I think it's an original intent of cryptocurrency is not a scam.
Yeah. You could even take it a step further.
Bitcoin isn't good enough for it right now. You know.
You could take it a step further and say, is the U.S. dollar a scam?
I know it's all economies a scam.
You could take
Yeah.
all of everything like that is based upon belief.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. That's true. Yeah, I mean, but NFT. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's got to be some. We have to say there's some level of like. I don't know. There has to be something, right? I mean,
one could make the argument that the dollar is less of a scam than Bitcoin, which is less of a scam than NFTs.
NFT. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I guess it's just based upon the more popular belief of what you're talking about, where I think all of us would think NFTs are basically worthless,
Yeah.
and we would probably all think that the U.S. dollar is pretty strong and
Well, I mean, the U.S. dollar is only as much of a scam as any currency is a scam.
that's right. Or like the money
going
in
back to-
Zimbabwe, which was now really is a scam, and they don't use it anymore.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that. I don't even know anything about
They
that.
use the U.S. dollar now. They have like $1 billion bills in Zimbabwe,
Oh, that's insane.
which are worthless.
Wow.
It's crazy.
If our listeners want to send us $1 million Zimbabwean bill, I'd be very happy to be a Zimbabwe billionaire.
9112 and I are millionaires in
Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe money. Even maybe might even be billionaires. And we had visited there, and they would sell some of those bills on the street.
Wow.
It's a souvenir. It's like you would know it was worthless.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
So you could like live it up in Zimbabwe.
Fuck yeah, they use the U.S. dollar now.
Oh, that sucks for them because they're probably it's probably really cheap shit. It's probably like 30 cents for like whatever, right? It's probably really cheap in U.S. dollars for them to live because they probably get paid so little money.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I don't know anything about Zimbabwe. You were there. How was it?
It was it was much different than most places in the U.S., including the South.
Yeah, but
there were warthogs just running around wild.
That's fun.
When did you go there?
This was I don't know, 10 years ago.
Okay.
Something tells me
Maybe-
not much has changed in Zimbabwe over the last 10 years.
I don't think much has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy. That was part of a greater trip. You didn't just go to Zimbabwe, right?
yeah. They have a $100 trillion bill.
That's fun. How much is that on Amazon and eBay?
I don't know.
But that's Zimbabwe money.
Yeah.
Yes, it's worthless now. It's worthless.
Yeah. They use the dollar.
It's even
use the
worthless
dollar.
there because they use the dollar.
Yeah, it's worthless there. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess not. You could sell it to tourists for $5 or something, probably. I guess. is
Wait, yeah,
that's fair to
what
say.
yeah, what does happen with
How much did you pay? How
old-
much did you pay for that bill?
Oh, not much. I think we bought like
Couple bucks.
4 or 5 of them for like $20 or something.
All right, so I mean they're worth something.
Yeah. Just like I guess
Something's
it's like
yours.
with any currency, it's like it's only worth what someone else is willing to assign value to it or to
Well, I
exchange it
get,
for something else.
but here's the thing: when we first started, when we were using like little bits of metal, the metal actually had a use. You collect enough of the metal, you can melt it down, you can make something out of it. So our first like quote unquote coins were little scraps of metal. That like when you got enough of that metal, then you can make a dagger or whatever out of it. You know what I mean? So like it had
Yeah.
value at least. It could be melted down. It could be reused. But and then at some point that just became like you put a stamp on it. So now, like that was just metal. Now you put a stamp on it. Now it becomes a coin. It has the look of what the head of the emperor or whatever on it.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't actually destroy that thing anymore. You just use that thing to trade it in to get other stuff. So yeah, that is not what. That's when it became a scam. In the beginning, I don't feel like it was a scam because you're actually carrying around stuff that has value. Then somewhere along the line, they just said, "All right, well," and then of course empires fall and everything. So obviously, all the coins we've dug up are now worthless except for the amount of metal. Then some of them are gold, so they become way more than they were worth in their day.
Yeah. Right.
Like, gold Roman coins worth way more now than it was during Roman times.
Yeah.
Just because it's made out of gold.
So don't replicate his voice, or you might get some of that gold.
Yikes.
I don't have any. I don't have any Roman gold. Not above ground anyway. Yeah, so do we have a game? Who's got a game? We always have D&D. D&D is always available.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have a
Switching over to
noose
the
that I
game,
want to
too.
go. See how it fits around my neck.
You think you could fit me in there?
Yeah, there's room for two.
How dare you both?
Well, this is a bit of a milestone episode that we're on.
Yeah, it's episode 71.
71.
71.
Yeah.
Why is that a milestone?
Yeah, well.
I was going to say the same thing, honestly. I was going to say the same thing.
In increments of 71, this is a big one.
Is that how old you're turning?
Yeah, exactly. Just wait till we get to 142. Another big milestone. That might take a while.
We haven't played a game in so long that there's still a snowman throwing snowballs in the game time screen. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
from
because
winter.
you haven't updated anything. Maybe if you
No, that's
updated the
also
screen,
true.
then we'd have a new game. That's how that works.
I think that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the snow. I don't think I've seen the snowman throwing a snowball before.
No? It works. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the Christmas tree in the background, which is also pretty dated imagery right now. I'm going to make the Christmas tree disappear, but I'm not going to make the snowman disappear.
Why was there a snowman? And where are you seeing this snowman?
What? It's on the
Where is
game
the
screen. It's
snowman?
on the screen. It's on the Twitch channel.
I don't see I just see the main screen.
Turn to channel 2.
You may have to reload the screen, so maybe it stopped for you.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
channel 2. All right, I went to
No,
channel
there's no
2.
channel 2.
Oh, that did
Yeah.
work. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's a lie.
Thanks, just to turn the dial.
Oh, this must have been from when it snowed.
Yeah, exactly.
that's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's how long ago it was.
It wasn't that
Did you
long
guys
ago.
get some snow recently?
In January?
No.
We did
Oh, yeah. Now that's pretty.
for the first
Rare.
time in decades. It snowed.
Yeah, I think we talked to about
Have you
that.
seen snow before?
Yeah,
Molecule?
she was up there. She was in the north.
I have.
What's that?
She was there.
I have seen
When
snow.
she was visiting, it was snowing once.
That's not the only
me.
fucking time I've seen
I
snow.
know.
Jesus
I know.
know. Well, I used to live northeast of Atlanta, so we'd get snows like occasionally.
Oh, I got it.
Not a lot. And then I lived in North Carolina where we got snows. A little
Oh,
bit.
there's the Carolinas filled
I
with
haven't
the
seen a lot of
powder.
snow.
Have you built a snowman before?
I have.
All right.
It's been a
There
while.
might be
though,
snow
since
when we visit
built
New
some
York
big
City.
wood
There might be
snowman.
some snow. That could be an issue.
I hope
When
so.
you maybe you can build
I ain't
another
driving
snowman in
winter
New
time.
York City.
That'd be fun.
When
Go
you're
to
here.
Central Park and build a snowman.
Okay, perfect. I doubt it, but maybe we'll see. It could be.
I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
rare these days that it snows
Yeah.
before Christmas. It seems like it's pretty rare, but it happens occasionally.
Yeah. It could be the time when you were here in the city.
It's gonna be a
When we
fun
get
trip.
snowed in, we won't get to come back.
Yeah. What
Oh,
what would you like to do when you're here in New York City? And we can use AI to assist us.
It's been so long since I don't even
Answering
know
this
what's going on
question.
in that city. Maybe just some fun, interesting like exhibits or something we could check out. One of the days or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Just hang out with you. I just want to hang out with you and 911 too.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all. Whatever.
All right. We can check out some different areas. Maybe if there's a restaurant that you want to go to.
Yeah. We'll see what's new. What new restaurants?
Yeah. They're all popping up and going down.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That sounds good. Huh.
Have you ever been to John's Pizzeria? The one down on Bleecker Street?
Has it been there a really long time?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have. Then I think is that like the original one or whatever? The original
Yeah.
versus the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Molecule
Well,
hasn't, so
Yeah, I would say if Molecule likes pizza, which I think she does,
She does.
from what I saw you cooking the other day.
Oh yeah, you like that?
That's right.
I was chopping up some onions.
Yeah, those are a
Yeah,
lot of
pizza.
onion.
By the way,
Than
that
that.
pizza came out amazing. That pizza was amazing. We used one of those pizza rocks in the oven. And I think it did the crust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hear those are pretty good.
Yeah, it
You mean
worked really
pizza
well.
stone, not
The
rock.
pizza stone, yeah.
Pizza
They get it.
stand,
It gets really
in a
hot.
stone and a rock. Yeah, you got to put it in the oven while it's preheating.
What did you use for the dough?
Oh, we just got one of those frozen pizza and I doctored it up. I don't make
I
pizza
see.
professional. I was a professional pizza maker. I'm retired.
Yeah.
The
He
most I'll
says
do is
that.
doctor it up.
But as soon as
I
I
would-
bring dough, then he's gonna make me a pizza.
Yeah,
I've
it
had
gets
my
back
pizza.
in his
Fitterware
blood.
has not. You've had my pizza. Fitterware has not had my pizza.
I never tried it. I
You brought
I had
home
taken
some
one
half-baked
home.
version of it.
You took
And-
some home and you didn't eat it?
He took a half-baked one, which is he finishes the job, and I do not. I'm glad he didn't do that because it
Oh.
would not be the way I would have made the pizza.
Right.
It's using his
And
own
that's
home
why I
oven.
didn't eat it.
Yeah.
I never had your pizza. Never had 9112's whiskey.
That was some good stuff. That was good
Both
whiskey.
of these things I have had.
Yeah, Molecule. I've never had your chocolate-covered snow bunnies.
I don't make anything, especially sweets.
I also,
so
I
that's
also make.
impossible.
I also make chocolate. Okay, Fiddler, it's my.
He does make
chocolate.
chocolate. He makes amazing chocolate.
I've been-
Chocolate
I've been,
peanut butter
uh,
cups.
I've been. Yeah,
That's
those-
one of
Yeah,
them.
you want some? I'll make some when you guys visit. When you visit again, you're gonna be.
Oh
visiting
yeah,
soon,
man,
I guess.
perfect. Yeah, well, we're just waiting for the invitation.
You
Yeah, that's
have an
what
open
that's what can
invitation.
help
You
someone
have
come
an-
visit.
You
Yeah,
have
they get
an
an
open
invitation.
except for
You
when
are-
we're visiting you.
You can come anytime you'd like.
Oh, wow, very
I will
nice.
call in sick from work.
Actually, you visited about it's like a week from now is when you visited.
Yeah, because we know
Almost
because
a year
there
ago.
was a tornado, the multitude tornado touching down that happened a couple days after you guys left.
Not a couple days.
Thanks
a
to
week.
the Dragons.
So yes.
Another
Oh, I
nice
see.
Next week.
American attack.
Oh, interesting. I think you're
Yeah.
probably right.
I guess it was
I-
after your birthday. Must have been after your birthday.
We did come after my birthday because I specifically remember being in Jacksonville for my birthday.
Right. Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. Oh, right. Yeah, right. You were there for a few
Very-
days, and you drove across. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a little gambling there,
Yeah.
and then down to Tallahassee, and then back to Jacksonville for the
Yeah,
flight
to
out.
Fly out of there. Yeah. Not a bad ride.
Yeah.
Wasn't terrible.
Speaking of Jacksonville, have you heard of the movie The Gorge?
No.
I can't. I'm trying to get Molecule to watch it. I don't think she'd like it, but I want to give it a shot. I'm not sure I'd like it. I want to give it a shot, but I keep. We haven't gotten around to checking it out.
What's
I-
the genre?
It is a thriller,
Hmm.
and I
It's
believe
not
the
horror, though.
actress.
It's not horror.
from-
It's not horror.
Yeah, it's thriller. It's not a horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's thrilling.
Yeah.
And the actress from The Queen's Gambit, I believe, is.
Oh,
I liked her.
in
Yeah,
there.
she was good. I liked her.
wait, who
Queen's
is it?
Gambit. I forget her name.
I've seen the Queen's Gambit though. I have seen all that.
Yeah, I have too. I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
They say the Gorge is action/horror. So you're both liars.
Slash horror.
Yeah, that's not how it's portrayed.
Did
But it's only
9112
rated
watch it? Did
PG-13.
9112 watch it?
Will she watch it? Probably not.
All right, then it's probably horror. Too much horror then. She's
I,
not,
I'm
not a fan of horror.
I'm actually more concerned about the action as well. Action's boring.
I know. I
Oh,
told you. That's why I didn't
really?
push it. I just thought we'd give it a try one time, but we never did. We never got around to it.
There's a new series on Apple TV called Your Friends and Neighbors
Yeah, we got to check that out. We have to. It's
with John Hamm.
John Hamm. We have to watch that one.
Oh, I did see that. I mean, I didn't
That's-
see it, but I saw that it
We're gonna watch
existed.
that.
There's
you guys got
yeah,
you and 9112 have to watch Adolescence. Amazing show.
Okay.
Netflix.
All right,
That's so good.
It's only 4 episodes, but it's really
Yeah,
good.
it's a quick watch. It's
Oh.
really good.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna jot that one down.
And we've
then-
been watching. It's kind of silly, but it's especially good on like drugs. We watched the Residents. It's about this. It's about a murder at the White House and this woman who comes in to try and solve the crime. It's fun. It's like silly, but it's fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, okay.
That's worth
yeah.
watching, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
think that's 10 episodes. We've been watching the TV show. The new season just came out called Hacks. We never watched it before, but it's pretty
That's really
fun.
good
It's about
too.
this comedian, a woman comedian, who kind of washed up, and she gets assigned this Gen Z younger woman to like help her. It's been fun. That's been a fun watch.
Oh, Hacks. All right, I'll take a look at that.
Gene
Yeah, it's
Smart
like
is
it's a
great.
comedy with a lot of episodes, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one on Apple TV called The Studio with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, we watched a couple episodes of that. We haven't gotten around back. I don't know if Molecule doesn't really like that one too much. I don't think.
I don't
Oh.
know. I guess I'd be willing to watch another one. It was alright.
You hate Seth Rogen's hair?
Yeah, she does.
Is that it?
I'm not the biggest fan of Seth Rogen. He's okay. I think his hair was fine. I don't remember his hair particularly.
And you know what started up? What you get with Molecule and I are both so far in episode 1. We're both kind of torn, whether it's good or not. Of the rehearsal. It starts a new
No,
season.
I'm not torn. It's fucking horrible.
No, we got to give another episode. I think you're wrong. We got to give another episode to see. It's called Rehearsal. Do you remember that guy, Fiddler? I know you know that guy. It's that guy who does he fakes everything.
yeah.
It's like a reality. He's great.
Nathan
It's
Fielder.
hilarious.
Nathan for you, yeah.
Yeah, Nathan for you. Yeah, that's amazing. That was an amazing show. We watched some of those episodes at my apartment in Brooklyn.
I remember. Yeah.
Nathan for you.
Yeah.
That's great. And this guy is crazy. We got Molecule hated the first episode, but I think it's going to get better. I liked it. I don't know. I sent it to my. I don't know. I asked my brother for his opinion, but he hasn't responded yet. So
It was so stupid.
it's stupid. Of course, they're all stupid. Nathan for you. Half of them
I know,
were just
but
dumb.
It's just. I'm not like at least the one where he like recreated the restaurant. I feel like
Yeah.
there was more of a premise for like what he was doing. It was.
By
like,
the way,
trying to get
that restaurant he recreated, Fiddle, I don't know if you know this, but that restaurant he recreated was the bar that was in front of my apartment, around the corner from my apartment in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Remember that?
really?
Alligator Lounge.
Oh, I don't know if
Where
I
you-
remember, but
You buy a beer and you
Yeah.
get a free pizza.
Oh, yeah. That was
It was
that
like
Manhattan.
a block away from my apartment.
It was in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think there was one in Manhattan too.
I see. Yeah.
It's called Alligator Lounge. It was like right. We've been there a bunch of times. They had like a trivia night. I don't know if we've been there for that, but you and I have been there. We get a pizza every time you get a beer. You can get a pizza.
Yeah, maybe that was the one that was. Yeah.
And he does it. If you watch that episode, you'll probably it'll come flooding back to you. He recreates that entire bar in a warehouse in Brooklyn.
Ah, that's
You
funny.
gotta check it out. I'm
Okay.
sure
Which
there's
had,
a
a,
pool
which had a
there,
good
too.
premise there. It wasn't the best show ever, but it was better than what's going on in this.
Maybe that could be one of the places we go when you come to New York City, the Alligator Lounge.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still there. We'll have to look into it.
It's still there.
Oh, it is nice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. It's
It's
right
the one
around
in
a block
Manhattan?
away from my apartment.
Well,
Yep.
are you talking about the one in Manhattan?
No, well, we're gonna go to the one in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Don't you want to see
maybe.
where Case lives?
Yeah, I'd love
She,
to.
yeah, she has
We
a
should've
might
done it
even
last
be-
time.
There might even be a stripper upstairs.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to get.
Ex stripper.
I'll knock on the door.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
And I'll
you have to
wear a
get
T-shirt
You're
with Case
not-
that's on the T-shirt.
You have to get in the building first.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can't just
The
knock
buzzer
at the
doesn't
door.
work. The buzzer
I'll
does not
find my
work.
way in. Don't you worry.
Yeah, maybe we should be at that bar.
Yeah,
One way
maybe.
to find out.
Yeah. Maybe we
Yeah,
can
that's
plan
why
it with
they-
another
below
trip to
will let me
the.
in.
We could do another trip to the Smorgasburg and then walk over.
Yeah.
Only if it's not as hot as it was.
Well,
Definitely
it
not
would be
gonna
really
that hot
cold.
at the time. Yeah, that's
It
the
might.
exact opposite.
It probably won't be open.
Yeah, you're right. It may not be open. I think they do stop in November or something. I don't
That's
know when
fine.
they stop.
But if it's open, I'm down to go because that'd be awesome to
Yeah.
go if it's cold.
It'd be the opposite. It'd be the exact opposite.
I want it
Yeah.
to be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll create a list of things to do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
When
And then we'll figure out how to fit what to fit in and everything. You know, we'll come up with a bunch of ideas,
yeah,
and then we'll fit them in.
that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
We have to get
It'll be
limo
fun.
babysitter, so we have time. But
Yeah.
I'll take care of that. You leave that to me.
okay,
Not leave any of your
Yeah.
pets with Fit Alert.
I wish we could bring her. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You almost smothered a dog in a bar in the Lower East Side, if you remember. This woman hugged you, and then you felt the dog started fighting against you, struggling to breathe.
It's funny. I was in there like I don't know, like 6 or 8 months ago, and she was
Yeah.
in there. She
Oh,
was-
really? She's still there? It's crazy.
Still there.
Did she remember you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
From
She must have asked about me. She must have.
obviously yes, but I was too blasted.
That's all she's seen you as in there, I think. I remember
Yeah.
we got kicked out of a bar because we were too drunk down at the South Street Seaport or something. I don't remember where we were. Maybe it was it was in the ferry. We were like a little drunk. We got kicked out of there. We just like walked into another bar.
Oh my
I think
God.
it was more than a little drunk. I was really drunk.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I
It wasn't
should've
as
had
drunk
another
as
drink.
going to a comedy club, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, that's debatable. I could have been that drunk.
There were no mothers involved, luckily. That
I might even have vomited that day, and then kept
you might
drinking.
have.
I was about to
You
say
might
that
have,
clears it
yes.
out for you.
Yeah, that's
Setting
it.
her in.
You know, in
Oh, that was
hindsight,
it. That was in our younger days. Obviously, we were way more controlled now. You know, that was really young.
in hindsight, when you vomit and then you start drinking again, it's not
That's
good.
bad. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
I can honestly say I've never done that.
Oh, I've done it a few times, and I can only imagine how your breath might smell. Because, you know, when you vomit, your breath doesn't smell that good.
Yeah.
And then
what I
you keep
hear.
drinking, and then you're around other people, and they're like, "Oh, is there vomit on your breath?"
There's nothing like bile and stomach acid.
You're
Yes,
like, oh, no, it's
vomit.
okay. It's not my vomit. It's someone else's vomit you're smelling.
Exactly. It was the other guy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What a great way to end the podcast episode. We have 7 minutes to go. Can we sink any lower? Molecule, sink us lower.
I'm very upset with myself because I forgot what my new motto was going to be.
Oh, you did forget your new motto. Oh,
I came up with a
shit.
new one, and now I don't remember what it was.
Let me try to think. We have 6 minutes to think of this motto. What was it? Talk
I'm
amongst
going to say
yourselves. or I
mine,
heard it wrong.
and that might help you remember yours.
I think you have a new one, but I don't even remember what it was. Well, I couldn't even hear you when you said it last time. So we'll try to be
Give
more
me some
enunciated.
beans, Jimmy.
Oh,
Give me some beans, Jimmy.
Give me some beans, Jimmy.
They salty, you'll get your legumes.
Wow, that was.
I don't know if we were ending the podcast, but I had to
Did that bring anything back to your memory molecule?
That'll teach
You
me.
know-
That'll teach me.
it's on the tip of my tongue.
We still have 2 more minutes. Let me try to think about it. What was it about? I feel like it was.
Don't vomit and re-drink, kitties.
Wait, did you end the pod?
No, it's still going. We have 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're practicing.
That's why I
we're
would get my.
trying to
my,
we're
my trying to
regurgitating your
remember
memory.
yours. Yeah, exactly. And then start drinking again.
Well, Case, you said you wrote it down, but I think you lied to me. I don't think you wrote it down.
Did I write it down? If I did, I'm gonna. You guys talk amongst yourself for a second while I.
This might help. Powdered popcorn.
Oh, that did it. It was no. When Case was in the car all by himself yesterday in the rain, he smoked his vape and got super high, and then he says he wrote down like a million different, really heavy on the quotes, ideas on his phone.
Yeah, but I don't think
does it have something to do with curdled milk?
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that.
I don't think you wrote it down. I think it's gone forever. It was perfect.
Wow. Like 9112's whiskey.
Exactly.
Yep.
We still have the bottle, you know. She could recreate it. And put it in the bottle again.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she'll remember. What's that red thing around your neck, Molecule?
Oh, that is my headphones.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Old school.
Oh, yeah. Does that help? Is it bringing anything back?
No.
What's on top of your head?
Speak your words. Something about it.
Oh, what's on top of my head? My hair.
Mixing coffee foam and milk. Does that help?
Making me hungry.
Caramel, sea salt, chocolates.
Caramel, bath salt.
Oh, bath salts. Sniffing salts. Glue.
Oh, here's an idea. I had a car with steering wheels on both sides. A car that has steering wheels on both sides. That was one of my ideas.
That is a car I'd like
motto.
to be in the back seat of with you two driving.
Yeah, we like to give Case his little baby steering wheel so he can pretend that he's driving.
He get pulled over by the police. I wasn't driving. It was him.
He thinks he has his license, but he actually doesn't. He just has
Wow, I was looking at a lot of weird ideas I've had.
Honks the horn.
Why don't you tell our
tuning the radio
a few of your ideas?
Yeah,
we should have a segment where you give your latest ideas to the pod.
I know we should do that. I have so many.
That's a very good idea. That'll be for next Monday.
Well, we'll give one out next Monday. That's fine. Yeah, we'll give one on the podcast.
Why don't you give us one idea from something that you did over a year ago, or at least in 2024?
Over a year, I'm looking up your thing right now, but
you didn't write it down.
Oh, here's one. Wish key. Remember that?
Oh my
wish
god.
Key.
he was obsessed on this, like, I don't even know why, this wish key thing. He said it over and over and over again.
Wish key. Instead of wish key, wish key. Yeah, wish key.
Of course.
It's a wish key.
Yeah, wish key. Yeah, exactly. Wish key. That's there.
Turn the key.
That's this week's idea.
Have your wishes granted.
All right, we got 2 minutes. I cannot find it. I don't know. Is it maybe on the? Did I put Molly?
We'll never know.
Let me. Molecule, does this help? Birthday candle wax.
That does help.
Earwax.
Earwax. Yeah.
I'm gonna need. Here's your assignment. I'm gonna need an image for this idea segment. So have your AI craft me up an image. Fiddler, I'd like a little bit of, like, maybe, I don't know, the name of the segment or something, Maybe you could back it up with that.
Are you going to email us our assignments?
No, that will be the work of the person who takes the minutes, who is Fiddler. Anyway,
that is the work of Glit. Give me some beans, Jimmy!
Stay salty. You'll get your corn nugget.
Nice.